So during Video Games Live, I have a bunch of different guitars that I use for different songs. I have a whole arsenal here, in fact. This is the guitar I've had the longest. I think I've had this over 25 years. That's a kind of a Steinberger type of vibe, and I used to use this all the time in the show. And then the producers of the show said, "Yeah, but no one thinks it's a real guitar. It looks like a Guitar Hero thing." But the coolest part about this, I like it because I'm a small guy and it's super light. So for me, I can whip around and jump around like an idiot easier with this on. But wait, here's the coolest part. Are you ready for this? See that? Rock and roll right there. We got the old school Pong from 1972. But this 0706 is actually pretty significant. In fact, when we start our show, the Classic Arcade segment, when Pong starts, you'll also see the score 0706. And the reason that's significant is because it represents July 6th, which is the very first show we ever did, July 6th, 2005, at the Hollywood Bowl with the LA Philharmonic. It was the first time we ever did Video Games Live. So we had the score be 0706 on screen, and I kind of represented that on the Pong guitar. I call this the Pong guitar as well. Now then I kind of actually incorporated, this is one of my other favorites. This is a custom Gibson Les Paul Spider-Man. This guitar, in fact, it's called the Web Slinger 1. And they only made 75 of these. And in fact, it's numbered here. This is number 41. You can see right up there. And it's a custom Gibson. And this one, I've really beat the crap out of for a really long time. This has gone through some wars, this one here. But the cool thing about the guitar is you got the inlays, you know, the web inlays up the top. Look at the spiders on the actual knobs down here. But check this out. Signed by Stan Lee. All the Web Slinger 1 guitars were signed by Stan the Man, the guy who created Spider-Man and all the great Marvel characters as well. But now you'll notice also, this is how battle-worn this guitar is. I've cracked the head off of this thing 4 different times. So if you're gonna look up there, it's not, if you look close up to this guitar, it's not very pretty actually, but that's what makes it cool. that's what gives it its character. Is that, so this thing is battle tested. By the way, this guitar came out in the late 80s. Like I said, they only made 75 of them. So I couldn't find one for the longest time. When they came out, I couldn't afford it when they first came out. And I searched and searched and searched, and thank God for eBay, because I finally one came up on eBay, and I grabbed that immediately. Now, here's one of my newer guitars. And this one, this is a Schecter. It's called the Hellraiser. And this is just a cool, classy guitar. No gimmicks. It's really beautiful. One of my favorite colors is like the dark red. And look at that top. That's just gorgeous. And it has these kind of abalone type of elements all the way up. The special head, even the head like this too. But it's got that great that black aluminum kind of vibe too, and it's one straight piece that goes all the way down. You know, a lot of guitars will have a separate piece on the neck and the body, but this whole thing, it's smooth. It's silky smooth. It's great. Got the whammy and everything. So that's the Hellraiser. Now this is one of the newer ones. I'm a big fan of the Flying Tigers. And so Schecter, the same person who made the Hellraiser, also made the Flying Tiger guitar. And it's cool because it's got, like, you know, it's got bullet holes in it. And again, you got the kind of the US Air Force symbols up the top, but of course the Flying Tiger head, which was the great American volunteer group back before the United States entered the war. American Volunteer Group, the AVG, went over there, and this is a great piece. Big fan of this one. In fact, not a lot of people knew this, but the actual Flying Tiger's symbol was a tiger with wings on it, was drawn and done by Walt Disney himself. Now, my acoustic in the show that we work with Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger. Here's the acoustic. Now, this is kind of I'm a smaller guy, and you know, most acoustic guitars are these like big old freaking things like this, and they come way off on me and stuff. So I like a really, you know, kind of small, compact design, which is this looks like a Fender. It's a Fender Squier. They call it a Stratacoustic, right? A Stratacoustic, makes sense. And so it's more like a Fender Strat, except in acoustic form, and it's got, you know, the things where I can plug right in there. Now what I've done is I've gone ahead and modified this myself by putting the Zelda Triforce down here, and then in fact this is Zelda here. Now because I pick a lot, Zelda's been getting his butt kicked here a little bit. So actually for the concert tonight, I'm actually going to be redoing this graphic to make it all pretty and brand new again, so that he looks good. But wait, one last thing, check this out. That is the signature of Shigeru Miyamoto. Now for those of you who don't know, Shigeru Miyamoto is the creator of Mario and Zelda and Donkey Kong and all the greatest Nintendo games of all time, pretty much, is Shigeru Miyamoto. And I had the great privilege to work with Miyamoto-san on the game Metroid Prime. I did some sound design for that, and been good buddies with Miyamoto for, gosh, 10, 15 years now. Okay, and then there's the newest one. This one is going to make its debut here at the show tonight for the first time. I really like the steampunk look, right? And I'm like, man, what if there was a steampunk guitar? So this guitar was actually completely custom made. This is as custom as it gets. This is the only one in the universe, right here. And this is a machine, man. It's got the steampunk style. It actually started out as a Dimebag Darrell Flying V, you know, but it's been modified, and there's little clocks in there and little watches and pipes and all sorts. Look at this steam thingy here and all sorts of nice little. But you know, it could also double as a you know, as a sniper rifle as well. And you see the really cool thing, and look at the design in the back is just really pretty all the way around. So this is as unique as it gets. Now the thing about this guitar is it weighs more than I do, pretty much, because this is actual real lead pipes and copper bits and stuff. So it's this thing. It's extremely heavy. I do a lot of scratching when I play, but this thing's right in the way. So it's hard to. So I kind of got to scratch around this way. And then when you're playing, you know, naturally your guitar hand tries to go up and down the thing, but I can't do that either. So I have to play. I guess what I'm really saying is, this guitar is all about the looks.